Brittany, did you bring your pointe shoes?
Yes, I did.
Amazing. Hey, it's Josephine from the Pointe Shop. I'm at my friend's studio. It's called the Billy Studio. There's all these really cool backdrops everywhere. If you're in Los Angeles, then you should definitely look this place up. I got to shoot today with my friend Brittany, the ballerina, on Instagram. She is so much fun, and we got to try on all of her old pointe shoes. I feel very happy right now, like with all of this stuff. You have so many different types of pointe shoes.
When I tell you I've tried literally, I think every brand of pointe shoes.
Yeah, I can see. Okay, just from looking at your shoes, you look like you wear pretty narrow shoes for your feet.
Yes and no. I have a weird shaped foot, and it's always been a challenge for me to get fit in pointe shoes. Yeah. I remember my first pointe shoe fitting when I was 11. My mom was very against it because she thought it was gonna affect my growth plate. Yeah. So I had to beg her to let me try on pointe shoes. I have very, very little toes, but I have like a big instep, a wider foot, but a tapered heel, and a disappearing heel. Oh man, so it's really frustrating.
So pretty.
Thanks. I don't think my feet are
totally.
pretty.
Can you point your foot? That's gorgeous. Do you have stories behind it?
Oh, yeah.
I want stories.
I went to Grishko's because I was at the super Russian school and everybody wore Grishko's. Mm-hmm. This shoe, like, so loud. We could like nail a house together with this shoe. Funny enough, like the block is a 2X. This is a 4X.
Yeah, the translation.
Yeah. I wonder what a person who has like a 1X, like what, do you have a toe?
I have 1X. I'm a 1X in Grishko. Mine's not super narrow if you look at it, but it compresses into a 1X.
Wow.
So I will sink in a 2X. Isn't that nuts?
Wow.
I know. You're like, who has a 1X to me?
Wow. I used to like pull out the shank and I'd cut it. Wasn't the most complimenting shoe on my foot.
Yeah, just your shape. Did it ever like twist on you?
Oh, did it twist? Yes.
What's interesting about Brittany is that she's pretty wide in her metatarsal and she has pretty high profile. Most pointe shoes twist on her feet. What that means is that the shank of the shoe doesn't want to stay straight on her foot, so it kind of twists off her feet. With Brittany's type of foot, that's like a bit high profile, a little bit wider, really tiny heels, it tends to be a little bit twisty on that type of foot.
Oh yeah, that's why I always have to do like the double elastic, otherwise my heel will fall off, it'll be twisting, it's horrible. I didn't try Freeds actually until I moved to New York City to have a more serious training.
See that you put the elastic in there?
Yes, the drawstring from old pointe shoes, and then I'd sew around that, and it would give such a good platform. Like I could just be like, balance, and I love balancing.
Yeah,
so.
I've seen you balance forever. We did that TikTok video where you were in the bathtub.
I have to bring this up because I've gone to like a dance place and someone goes, oh my God, you're the bathtub girl.
You're the bathtub girl.
I love leaving a legacy, but is that the legacy I want to leave?
It's okay, no. I'm the shoe girl.
The shoe girl. It leaves a lot for people's imagination if they don't know what we're talking about.
That's why you like the darning, because you like to balance.
Yeah.
The Freeds are really tough to balance on.
They are so tough to balance.
Ooh.
Oops. Let's see if I can even balance with me. Like I'm there, but I'm like fighting going back.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is like, I can't find where the platform is.
Freeds would break on me in like really weird ways.
It's paper mache.
Like literally.
It's like it's spit and tissue paper. Freeds are my favorite to watch on stage. I can start to see the shoe crumble underneath the dancer, like as they are dancing. Like you need like 3 pairs like back up.
Going into professional life, I kept trying new pointe shoes and I would always go back to Freeds. I'd be in the core like and doing Wilis and I'd just be like, oh my God, if I have to move my feet right now, I don't know if I can do it technically correct because my bunions hurt so bad.
That's not normal, by the way. If something hurts really badly in your pointe shoes, like you need to get refitted.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be killing you because that's your body telling you that you're actually hurting it.
I've gone back to gainers probably like 4 times. I love the invention of the gainer pointe shoe.
I would imagine that your foot wouldn't even go inside all the way.
It's squeezing.
Oh my gosh, your feet are so like, pretty though. This is what I thought would happen. You're like bubbling out of it.
And I like the thinness of this. It's like, wow, she has such a long, sleek foot.
It's pulling you back this way.
It is pulling, which is weird because I'm pushing out but falling back.
Yes, I'm 2 sizes bigger than you.
Oh, good luck. Oh, but you have such narrow feet. Look how your foot just slid into that.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh my God.
So I look like I have a normal foot. This
crazy.
2 sizes too small. And I'm wearing socks.
Mysterious things are happening.
I was weird feet girl when people were trying to fit me in pointe shoes.
Wow.
Because like I don't look like my width. We developed this term called the octopus feet. You look like a normal size and it can fit into anything. It's like Play-Doh, like you can like squeeze into anything.
Oh my God.
My toes are totally scrunched. See how like when you are wearing the gainers, it pulls you back?
Yeah. And
because you're high profile. I'm the opposite of you. Super low profile, super tapered. This one, it totally works for me. It doesn't pull me back. But if I wore a chunky shoe, it actually pulls me off. That's the difference in the sizing, is that like if you wear a shoe that's too tapered and too narrow, it like pulls you back. This is like a testimony of how everyone is so different. Most people have an easier time getting over and getting up on a gainer. Brittany's the opposite. You kind of have to go through your own pointe shoe journey to figure out what's happening. It's just every single person is going to do a different thing in different shoes. So some people are going to balance better in certain shoes. You take that exact same shoe and then you give it to someone else and they're going to be horrible at balancing. So there are general rules, but you can see like Brittany's the complete opposite of what I normally see. So how did you end up in toe shoes?
So I modeled for Sedanta. I was like very intrigued because I liked the toe shoes. I loved the shape of them, but the vamp was very high. So I was like, me and my little toes need something smaller. I brought the vamp down. I V-shaped it. And then I like brought the wings down ever so slightly. Little tip here for my friends with the disappearing heel. I added a heel cup. It shows a nice rounded heel. This is my shoe. I could be here all day.
You're actually twisting a little bit less.
Yes, I am, which is so interesting. And I don't...
That is interesting. You twisted in everything else. Well, not my size, but it is actually super comfortable. Super quiet.
I love them so much, and I think they're the shoe for me.
Yeah, that girl has gone through a journey when it comes to pointe shoes. Just every pointe shoe in the game and almost everything twisted on her. We ended up with her love, which is the Toshi pointe shoe from Sedanta. She's also a model for them, but even objectively, I thought those looked the best on her, and it was absolutely gorgeous on her. Not every brand is going to work for every person, and I thought she looked the most comfortable in them. So I'm glad that she finally found her pointe shoe soulmate. It was really fun just hanging out with her and talking about her pointe shoe journey.